Lions TV, this is a post-match analysis video for yesterday's absolutely nutty turnout, 4-3 win at Leeds. Obviously, I didn't go to the game, but I watched the whole thing on my old man's iFollow. It was absolute madness. It was up, I was down. I turned my phone off at one point, then when Elliot equalised, I turned it back on. It was nuts. But listen, thanks to Tony Thomas, Nick from Millwall's brilliant At Tongue podcast, and 8 Days made his return as well for some brilliant full-time reactions. Let's take a look at the 11 that started the match. I've got the starting 11 absolutely nailed on for my pre-match prediction. In goal, more bloopers than Jeremy Beadle. It's Jordan Archer. At right back, Conor McLaughlin. James Meredith was left back. Central defence, Jake Cooper and Sean Hutchinson. The onion bag, 4 in 4 on the left. Jed Wallace on the right. Giorgio Saville with the wand alongside him. And up front, the General Steve Morrison and Lee Gregory. Is that the 11 I would have picked? It's the 11 I predicted Harris would have picked in my pre-match prediction. I would have left Romeo in. I'm not saying McLaughlin was at fault for any of the goals, but 2 of the goals came from down the right. We'll get into that shortly. The game started. It was a bit of early pressure from Leeds. A really good one-on-one save from Jordan Archer. Again, he stands up well to one-on-ones, as we saw at Wembley against Bradford. It's a good save. It's not a great save. It's a save you expect your goalkeeper to make, but he did stand up well, and he saved a one-on-one. You know, not long afterwards, I just had that feeling about us. Morrison for me was absolutely outstanding yesterday. We went at him. He was angry. He was hungry for it. He was angry. He's always angry. And eventually we got the breakthrough. Gregory missed one just shortly before. His touch took him away from goal, and his left foot just wide of the post. But we actually scored a goal. The ball comes in, it gets headed out. Jed Wallace volleys it in. It goes in. And I'm watching the linesman as it's going in on iFollow, and he's not put his flag up. We're celebrating. So now I started celebrating. Then it zooms in on the players, and then when it cuts back out, the linesman got his flag up. He must have put his flag up about a good 5 to 7 seconds after the goal went in. The gesture from the ref is this. So he's saying that Morrison must have been offside. Even though he didn't touch the ball, he was right in the goalkeeper's eye line. I don't think he should have been disallowed, but I'm a Millwall fan. So, but yeah, it didn't stand. We're fuming about that. I'm tweeting about it, saying it's bollocks. And before I even finished the tweet, Steve Morrison puts an unbelievable ball in. And on the end of it, AOB, the onion bag, 4 goals in 4 games. I believe that is for him. A great header. We're 1-0 up. Then comes the incident of the sending off. I felt it was a bit harsh, if I'm honest. It is high. It's very high on George Saville. I can see it's high. But what he tries to do is, you know, it's a bad touch. It takes it away from him. It happens in an instant. It happens so quick, and it was high, yes, but I don't think it was malicious. I just think it was clumsy and late. But a red card nonetheless, and off he went. Shortly after that, Steve Morrison again wins an aerial scrap. It drops down, a brilliant ball in. It was almost, as Nick said in his full-time post, it was Bristol Rovers-esque. Lee Gregory, brave, gets on the ends of it, and he chests it in for 2-0. And we're in dreamland. We go into half-time. We at the bar after that. Hutchinson. Jed Wallace had a good effort save just before half-time. Leeds were all over the gaff. We're gone in half-time, 2-0 up. They're down to 10 men, and I'm thinking it's a stroll in the park. But I forget all of a sudden, and I remember that we're Millwall, and we like to do it the hard way. Harris's half-time talk, all he's got to say at half-time, I don't know what he said. He's obviously saying the right things. What's happened in there half-time? It's like Leeds snuck another 3 or 4 players on the pitch. All they've got to do, the team talk at half-time must have been, we're 2-0 up, we're coasting, they're down to 10 men. All we've got to do now is consolidate, close the game out, and don't give them a sniff for the first 15 minutes. And it's game over, it's 3 points. What happens? The first minute of the second half, the ball, it's a ball into sort of nowhere, and there's a mix-up between Sean Williams, who I thought was superb, by the way, and a rare Hutchinson mistake. They sort of both leave it to each other, cross in, and it's a good finish. It's a free chance, there's no one near him. I don't know what happened, he sort of lost the shape there, but it's a goal, 2-1. And I don't know, it just seemed like they had more players on the pitch than we did. We just completely, I can't see how we've gone from doing so well in the first half, just the complete and utter collapse. Harris, although we've won the game, I reckon at full time he's fuming still, in a way. I reckon the players have had a good bollock in there at full time. But 2-2, the ball comes in, a cross from the right, a nothing cross. All I can think is it's in his contract that he's got to play. And if it's in his contract, pay the fucker up. Pay him up and get rid of him, because otherwise, you're going to be. He will single-handedly get us relegated, that goalkeeper. It's a fact. He's not having a bad run. He's the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen to wear the Millwall shirt. I can't believe. He must have the best. I'll tell you what, I need an agent like Jordan Archer. He must have the best agent you've ever known, because to get him to, I think he's the highest paid player at the club alongside Morrison. His agents had an absolute weldy. I don't know how the man's manager. He's pulled the wire over many people's eyes. He is not up to this level of football. He's not even up to League One. I'm telling you now, the ball's come in, and what he's done is he shit his pants. He's took his eye off the ball because he thinks he's going to get clattered. The ball's at his chest, he's bounced down. It's 2-2, and then at that point, Minnie and me stormed out of the room. Weren't interested no more. The third goal, it's a brilliant finish. It's a great finish from the outside of the box, left foot into the side netting. And I thought that was it. I really did think it was it at that point, but substitutions were made. It just didn't look like I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. I actually put my phone on airplane mode at one point because I couldn't deal with it anymore. And then Tom Elliott, I hold my hands up on this one. So I didn't realise he had that in him. Ball into the box. Jake Cooper heads it across. Tom Elliott takes it on his chest, and first time, brilliant composure, right foot finish, 3-3. That would have done me there and then, to be fair. And then finally, the machine, the absolute engine that is Jed Wallace. 94 minutes on the clock, and he's just still full of beans. He runs at the heart of defence. He strikes it left foot, probably the best strike he'll ever hit. It deflects, and we get a bit of luck. It flies into the side netting. And just absolutely crazy scenes. Brilliant. I was absolutely over the moon for the players and everyone that travelled. It was just, what a way to get the first, and you know what, hopefully only away win the season, because you won't top that. So let's leave it as the one and only result of the season we get away from home. It's absolutely unbelievable. I've gone over, I'm sitting down here where I am now, but I've half flaked. I've had to move in with mum and dad for a month because I ain't well enough to live on my own. She's fuming me, still got the hump today. No roast for me because I was screaming the house down. She's got an headache over it, and I've half gone over it. Mini-me's come running back in the room because we're winning again now, so now he wants to know. It was fucking madness. It was absolutely brilliant. I still don't know what to put in the words. It's gone viral. Our videos have just gone fucking nuts. And fair play to the boys that went. Fair play to Tony Thomas, a brilliant drive home as well. But yeah, what a result. What a way to get it. I'm not going to do a player ratings V team. I'm going to run out of time. But I've got to tell you now, the Lions TV man of the match is Steve Morrison. So that is it for this post-match analysis video. What a weekend. Another crazy weekend as a Millwall fan. I'll see you in the FA Cup match at Rochdale this Saturday if you're going. I will be back on Lions TV duty. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.